Hi there, in this video, I will be showing you how if conditions work and how to use them in Posemod. Let's get started. So, the first thing you should get familiar with is these directives. The if is the condition of the command. For example, if yanchan has $5, something will happen. JMP means jump. They read the if conditions and then jump to whatever label corresponds to those conditions. LBL means label. It basically labels different parts of the commands. It's where the jumps will go to when they read the if conditions, and just ends the command. This is important when you have multiple jumps, labels, and conditions. Here's a basic example. These are what if commands look like. This command is basically saying, if the sun is out, jump to the morning label, else, go to the night label. When you have double jumps like this, the first jump is always where the commands will jump to if it's true, and the second one is where the command will jump to if it's false. Let's look at an in-game example now. I have this condition here that checks if this student is dead. If she is dead, the command will jump to the dead label, and a notification will pop up in-game saying that she's dead. If she's not dead, the command will jump to the alive label, and a notification will pop up in-game saying that she's still alive. Just for a side note, when you have if commands, it is important and necessary that you put and at the end of each command label chunk. If you don't, then the two commands will just bleed into each other and the if command will not work. Now, let's see how this command works in-game. Let's see how we can make loops now. When you want to make a loop, you have to put the false label at the top, before the condition. So for my example here, if yanchan is near this point, a notification will pop up in-game saying she's near the statue. If not, the command will jump to the false label, which is at the start of the command. A notification will pop up saying go to the statue. This will happen repeatedly until yanchan is near the statue. Let's see how it works. Now we're gonna see how to run the same kind of if command multiple times at once. To do this, the first thing at the top should be the false label. Then an if condition, then the true jump. You can do this as many times as you want. Once you've put the last true jump, make sure and put the jump for the false label underneath. Underneath here, you should only have the true labels. For my example here, if I press the A key on my keyboard, it'll jump to the label for A. If I press R, it'll jump to the label for R. If I don't press anything, the command will jump back to the start and it'll be looping until I press either A or R. Last thing we're gonna look at is how to make the game check multiple different conditions at once. To do this, you have to use and, or, along with parenthesis. Here's an example. This command here is checking how much money yanchan has, or if her sanity is 100. Since this command has, or, the command will jump to the true label if at least one of these conditions are true. If none of the conditions are true, then the command will jump to the false label. Here's an example when it's using and. If both of the conditions are true, then it will jump to the true label. If only one is true, or neither of them are true, it will jump to the false label. These conditions can have multiple ors, multiple ands, and both ands and ors at the same time. Just be careful with the parenthesis. That's the end of this video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. See you.